Secretary General Jangga Meghalaya Green Tech Usamla Ritreling do ula therting ya ka sorkar jala bat khamtam yung Myntri Rangbah ka jala ukonrat sangma ïadei bat ka jingpynshai halor ka jingthmu jang ka sorkar ban bu ki jingtei ki ba omdei ki ban ne sharta hapo ka dolen nong ulom pangdeng ha omyam kran bat kilat pathai khubor ha ka smith hoding usamla ritreling do ula ong ba ka jingpynshai jang Myntri Rangbah ha ka met sngi palai ka long tang ban pynbeij ban pynkulmar ki paidbah bat kumjuru ban buhrieh ïano kiba ban pynthriang ya ka project ha ka tei ka dolen nong ula pauru ka jinglingo ba Myntri Rangbah uba badru ya ka tnad forest and environment ula pynshai halor ka MOU balaya soi ha padeng ka tnad ngo kai perthei henrai khlam pau bat no laya soi ka jingminjur halor ka jingtre ya ka resort and spa hapo ka dolen nong usamla ritri ulaya thu baka green tech ka tip bat no ka sorkar ka laya soi bat tip ru ïano ka sorkar ka lakhot ya ka tender bat thau ru ya ka SPV haba phai shaka jingpynshai Myntri Rangbah ba on sha bandan ki jingtei ban ne sharta usamla ritri ulapen ksan da ka jubab RTI kabala kedo sha ya ki jingai jingbet ban tei ya ki velas restaurant cafe bat ki wei
kum sibenta bangin jubab pat ya ka kebangi ngilai ng bagi kor jang ka social media pat menem step ng bagi telong khubor ba nakaliang ka jang ka state government Lyngba chief minister hi ula ay ya ka jingpynshai bani kata ka clarification buong halor kani ka issue boro kawai te kumbangin reply kumbangin ay pat ka jubab ka jongi sa UCM da ka baburam mi kinong song jang ka mi galay bro an kren da ka pareng kanang ban yesu thu lang utei uba ai ya ka so Green Tech Foundation since yesterday has taken a bold step and have gone to the extent to knock the doors of the Secretariat Government of Meghalaya. However, by due use of force and abuse of power, you had misused the administration, the police and the law and order to create that we are bringing a havoc in society. And from the end of the government side, they had came out yesterday the night itself after we have been released from detention. The chief minister himself had come out to all the citizens with an attempt to give a clarification on this entire issue that has been burning Meghalaya and has been putting on us as a plague. First of all, to the government and especially to the Honorable Chief Minister of Meghalaya, who is also the Minister in charge of the Department of Forest and Environment. You had talked about in an agreement signed between the government and tourism, but you did not mention exactly and the exact details between whom did the government sign this agreement for the luxury resort and spa. Mind you, I will tell you that we know who has the government signed the agreement with. Mind you, we'll tell the government again, we know who has the government called for a tender and who has they specifically constituted an SPV. We have all the papers at hand, and you had come out with an assurance from the chief minister himself. He said that there would be no temporary structures on Lumpongdeng Island. We had received through an RTI the consent to establish. Yesterday you came out to the public saying that there would be no permanent construction at Lumpongdeng Island. However, this CTE, it has been furnished from, as per the RTI, it is said that this consent to establish has been granted as per the particulars that has been given by the applicant. And if you read at point number 5, subclause 4, the built-up area of Lumpongdeng Island, the resort area which includes 36 acres, talks of villas, restaurants, cafes and other facilities. Mind you, Mr. Chief Minister, sir, you are misleading the public. Here they are talking about resort, villas, restaurants, cafes, and you came out yesterday with a clarification saying that there would be no permanent structures. How can a villa be temporary? I'm going to ask you again. We have asked this since the last week. It seems very absurd, and it seems that you are very keen to hide somebody. And moreover, you said that Lumpongdeng Island, the built-up area out there, would be only of shamianas, tents, pandals. Who are you joking? Who are you fooling? Who are you decepting out here? How can these be temporary in nature when your CTE speaks different? And you are so concerned, I'm going to put it in quotations, that you are also very, very secure about the environment of Lumpongdeng Island. Do you know that that island is not even properly reached out? It is a very remote island. No cars can go through. We can only access to the island by boats. It is untouched. It is pure. It is pristine. Your temporary structures, yesterday you came out, you said that there will be, you'll put up tents, stalls, which are temporary for events. It could be music events, literary events. I'm telling you once again, that island out there is for migratory birds. It is a hub for avian species. It is a hub for thriving of flora and fauna. Your music, your festivals will deplete all the biodiversity that is flourishing out there once and for all, once you make it commercialized. We do not want commercialization of the island. Be clear on that, please. We do not want any commercialization on the island because it is pristine. We have every research done on the island, and I'm going to bring you again the guidelines that you had published, the Meghalaya Water Bodies Preservation and Conservation Guidelines 2023. Yourself, your government had talked about noise pollution. You want Lumpongdeng to be commercialized with music, loud music. What kind of parties are you going to hold out there? You're going to disturb the very breeding ground of biodiversity of Lumpongdeng Island. Do you understand or do you not understand that? Now, who is misleading the people? Is it us or is it you who is just sitting there in your office, not even daring to name who are these people who are trying to mislead the public? And also you said that if a CTE and CTO has to be granted, there is some forest permissions that the proponents have to go through. Mind you, I'm going to teach you the law today, that the CTE and the CTO is the subject matter of a state pollution board as per the Air and Water Acts and also the Environment Protection Act. What has the Forest Department to do with the granting of a CTE and a CTO? Your vagueness, your ambiguity in your statements, and all that you're trying to do today is to deceive the people and nothing else but yes, is sham. We are refuting the statement that you're giving yesterday, the clarification. It is nothing but a tactic again to confuse the public and to hide somebody. You're shielding somebody behind curtains. Bring out that person in front, because you're touching the very heart, the very big, vast biodiversity of Lumpongdeng Island. It is a remote island, I remind you once again. It is a hub for migratory birds. It is a hub for avian species. It is a breeding ground for biodiversity. You have no right to commercialize it, be it temporary, be it permanent. We will not allow that. We will not allow you to disturb the biodiversity of Lumpongdeng Island. And from the government side, as people who serve the law, as people who uphold the principles of the law, you might know and be aware of the principle of precautionary that we apply in environmental laws. Or should I remind you about the Vellore Citizens Forum back the ruling in 1996, wherein the Supreme Court had mentioned that states must use the precautionary principle in order to safeguard environment against any kind of threat. Whatever you came out yesterday is nothing but a tactic to mislead, and you have a very, very malicious intent. I'm so sorry to say that. You hold the highest and the most prestigious, and you're the first person to answer in the state of Meghalaya. But we strongly and very saddenly, we have to say that you have failed to live up to that position. Why do you need 60 years for your events at Lumpongdeng Island? Your agreements talk something else. Your CTE talks something else. Are you even a witness of the agreement that you're coming out to defend this project? Or do you have a big hand to play in all of this? That is the question that we want to ask. Mind you again, and to the citizens who is misleading the public, everything is now clear because we have all the papers in hand. They will try every nook and tactic to do whatever they can, but we will not allow. Green Tech Foundation is here along with the people. We will not allow you, the government, to do whatever you like to our beautiful state, and especially to the pristine nature that we have in Meghalaya.